You're now looking at the magnificent landscape of Hoành Bồ district. In this area there are 11 different ethnic communities, and each of them possesses a unique way of life and definitely an eccentric cuisine culture. So this edition of Fine Cuisine is going to lead us to meet one of them. So, and who may they be? Let's find out together now. In Hoành Bồ district, Quảng Ninh province, the Dao ethnic community is divided into two ethnic groups, the Dao Thanh Y and the Dao Thanh Phan. The Dao Thanh Y people have a population of more than 2,000, scattering in Bang Ca and Quang La communes. Dao Thanh Phan people has 11,000, mainly living in Tân Dân, Hòa Bình, Đồng Xuân, Kỳ Thượng, Đồng Lâm communes. They depend on agriculture and forestry for a living. Despite their same cultural roots, their outfits as well as cultural practices vary. So, this episode of Fine Cuisine will discover the differences between Dao Thanh Y and Dao Thanh Phan cuisines in Hoành Bồ district, Quảng Ninh province. The west of Hoành Bồ nestles the natural areas with erythrophleum 4D Oliver pristine forest, Hemmock waterfall, ancient houses stretching out over Tân Dân, Bang Ca and Quang La communes. The owners of these cultural resources are ethnic groups including the predominant Dao Thanh Y ethnic minorities in Bang Ca commune. Intangible and tangible cultural heritage of Dao Thanh Y people is known as village festival, Kapsak ceremony, or known as maturity rituals, duo performance, soaked rice wine production, traditional games and ancient houses. Here we are at Dao Thanh Y Cultural Conservation Centre, the only one of its kind in the world. Now, as you can see around me, when you see all these stunning and colourful outfits like these, exhilarating games like those, and of course you cannot forget to mention the seductive smell of the local cuisine. You know that you are having a bit of a blast at the local festival here. Now, this gives us the perfect excuse to discover the first dish of the local people as well. And this dish is only made during special occasions like this. So first, I'm going to need to get changed and get in party mode, don't I? Voila, all ready to party. So let's get cooking. Coming to Bang Ca commune on the occasion of Dao Thanh Y people's festivals, you will have a chance to join in many cultural activities. Those festivals are scheduled to be organised once every 3 months. The Kapsak festival is on the first day of the 2nd, the 4th, the 7th and the 10th month of the year, of which the biggest festivals would be held at the beginning and the end time of the year. On these occasions, Dao Thanh Y cuisine, including snail's dish, fish dish, chicken cooked with local wine, is also introduced to guests. Because Dao Thanh Y people are very affectionate and very intimate, they would like to do things together. This is why communal activities are an integral part of their daily lives. Now, this has also brought us to this location as well, where we get to see this beautiful communal kitchen right here. This is where the Dao Thanh Y people all gather during festive time to put an effort to make their signature dish. So let's find out what it may be. Hung is good at making delicious sticky rice. Therefore, when the village festival comes, she's invited to this community cooking area to cook sticky rice.
Món xôi hôm nay là chị nấu thường vào các dịp như là dịp Tết, lễ Cáp Sắc ở đồng bào dân tộc mình với lại rằm 15 thì thường hay nấu xôi này. Thì món xôi này hôm nay nấu là xôi đường, thì xôi đường là rất là ngọt ngào, mang ý nghĩa là tượng trưng cho sự ngọt ngào của đồng bào dân tộc ta ở đây.
According to Hương, rice used to make sticker rice on festivals is carefully selected because it is honourably offered to pay respect to our ancestors. Rice is put in the water in about 6 hours. After that, it is rinsed and steamed. It is a common way to make sticky rice. However, there is a secret to make the sticky rice unique.
Lá vai là nó có cái quả ngọt, ngọt thế mình lấy về mình gói hàng năm là mình làm ăn may mắn.
While waiting for sticky rice to be cooked, I follow Hương to harvest vine leaves. Reaching there, I realised vine leaves were actually Ficus auriculatus. That you just have to take leaves of female Ficus auriculatus.
Thì cây cái nó có quả và quả có mật. Mình mật này rất là ngọt ngào thì mình có ý nghĩa là mang lại sự tôn kính thiêng liêng của đồng bào dân tộc Dao, và đặc biệt là mang lại mùa màng bội thu cho dân tộc mình.
So while we were diligently picking the freshest and nicest leaves out there, as you can see, these are acquisitions, which I'm going to pass to Hương right now. The rice was being cooked in here. Now, it should be ready by now. I wish you could actually smell it through those screens, but it feels absolutely great, as you probably can tell. And I can't wait to discover what's inside this magical pot. Okay, so let's see what we need to do before we can finally enjoy it. Sugar is another ingredient that Hương needs to use to make sticky rice wrapped in vine leaves. Vine leaves are used to wrap sticky rice the same way as banana or lotus leaves in the plains. However, mixing this dish with sugar distinguishes it from other sticky rice. I take sticky rice out of a leaf first, then I add sugar and put another layer of sticky rice above. Sticky rice wrapped in vine leaves, melting sugar inside with its heat. Sugar enhances the sticky rice's flavor.
Bây giờ mình phải cuộn chặt cái bánh vào để cho giữ nhiệt, để cho cái bánh nó mềm hơn. Nếu nó nguội đi rồi thì bánh nó sẽ xôi nó sẽ cứng. Đây, bây giờ chị đã gói xong một cái bánh. Đây.
Như vậy là sẵn sàng rồi đúng không?
Rồi, đây đã sẵn sàng.
There you go. This is the final product, and I've got to admit, blending with the scent of the leaves as well, it actually smells different. Definitely a lot more delicious and ready to go, and I can't wait to have a taste of this. Giao Thanh people live in villages in Mangka Commune, Hoành Bồ district, accounting for 97% of the commune's population. While the outer layer of their house is made of concrete, its inner layer is totally made of wood. Moving on from the festivities, we're now going to dive into the day-to-day lifestyle of the local Giao Thanh people. And today I am lucky to actually enter one of these households to meet a very awesome lady whose cooking skills are also awesome too. And let's find out what the local Giao Thanh people here have for their daily meals. Giao Thanh ethnic minorities cuisine is based on nature, domestic culinary ingredients including chickens, pigs and vegetables, as well as snails and fish in the streams. Giao Thanh people combine these ingredients with traditional spices to create appetizing, attractive and nutritious dishes. The first daily dish I want to introduce to you is kale snails.
Bởi vì người Dao Thanh Nghi ở đây có đồi núi này, có đồi núi chỉ có suối nhỏ thôi, suối con thì cũng chỉ dân ở đây sống ở đây cũng chỉ đi tìm lấy cá với ốc khe về để tạo cuộc sống nhân dân ở đây.
Ingredients needed to make this dish are ginger, piper lolots leaves, dracontomelon fruits and leaves, soaked rice wine and snail. I'm responsible for taking piper lolots leaves. These leaves are a typical spice of Vietnam. They are sometimes used to wrap around meat. Other times they are known as a spice enhance the flavour of some dishes.
Gừng nó tạo hơi cái cay, lá lốt lại thơm, cái mùi thơm. Còn rượu nó hơi ngọt ngọt. Đấy, cái mùi thơm ngon của ốc khe.
The first step to process kale snails is stirring snails with spices, beginning with dracontomelon liquid. The next ingredient is sour wine.
Cái ốc này nó tanh để vị chua vào để khử cái mùi tanh của ốc. Đảo lên để cho nó ngấm gia vị một lúc mà mình lại cho tiếp gia vị khác nữa. Chua, cay và ngọt nữa.
Ginger is the indispensable spice of this dish, making it spicy and savoury. Finally, we pour soaked rice wine, a specialty of Giao Thanh Nghi in Bang Ka commune. Soaked rice wine is made from some kinds of forest leaves. Boil these leaves and take their juice, mix the juice with the rice flour and ferment it. Then glutinous rice is cooked and mix it with the yeast. After 3 to 5 days when the rice ferments, put it in a jar and add more water. Continue the process of fermentation until the mixture secretes a clear yellow with a sweet and sour taste. With its flavour, soaked rice wine is a suitable ingredient to make Giao Thanh Nghi people's dishes.
Này có thể uống được ngay thử.
Yum! This is actually really, really good. It kind of tastes a little bit like apricot, but I'm not too sure if there's any apricot in it. It's actually quite good. What I do find very interesting here, though, is the fact that, you know, in Western countries, people cook with red wine. Here, they've been resourceful and actually used the local wine they have here too. So, you know, very smart, a very creative way, and it's kind of nice to see the little similarities between ways of cooking, you know.
After putting ingredients into the pot, add more water and cook them in about 5 minutes, and then add some dracontomelon and piper lolot leaves to complete hair snail of Giao Thanh Nghi people.
At the moment, I can feel the ginger steaming up in the air. It's a really nice sort of like scent of spiciness, and at the same time, you can feel the sweetness of the alcohol too. I think you know, it's hard to just put it all into words, but this whole pot right here encapsulates all the flavors you can name ever. Sweetness, spiciness, sourness, everything you want in one single pot.
Bitter ginger, soaked rice wine, wine sediment, dracontomelon leaves make hair snail a full-flavoured dish. With the same ingredients, a healthy and typical dish of Giao Thanh Nghi people is made. It is chicken soup with soaked rice wine.
I'm going to show you some luck with something else too, some of my skills in catching chicken, because the next dish will require some poultry. So let's see how we'll go with this. Mwahaha. Ow! Gotcha! My catch of the day. All right, you're going to make a fine dish indeed.
Chicken soup with soaked rice wine brings me to a young Zhao tangy gentleman called Lý Văn Tiến. His skill in cooking this dish is great. Tiến shares a simple recipe for this dish with me.
Đầu tiên thì mình cho cái mỡ lợn riêng là mình nuôi. Sau đó thì mình bỏ thịt gà vào. Để tầm 2 phút thì mình sẽ cho các gia vị. Trước cho gia vị cho bống rượu. Cái chắt của rượu đấy, hấp tầm 5 phút thì mình sẽ cho gừng vào và để nước vào, để tầm 10 phút là thịt nó sẽ thơm ngon và mình có thể dùng được. Cái gừng gió này ngoài ra nó có cái độ cay, ngoài ra nó còn có cái đề kháng mình không cảm lạnh hoặc là trúng gió. Còn cái rượu bầu này thì nó tạo ra cái độ ngọt của thịt với lại cái hương thơm. Còn cái bống rượu thì nó tạo cho cái nước dùng của mình nó thêm ngọt hơn.
So all of our hard work has led us here to this moment, and as you can see, we have a very delicious feast right here.
Chicken soup with soaked rice wine offers sweet and aromatic taste of Hoành Bồ chicken associated with the fragrance and mintiness of ginger. After the first spoon of this soup, we can feel warmer and no longer hungry and tired.
And what makes it even better is that it goes perfectly with the alcohol. Okay, so basically, as you can see right here, the tail of the snail shell has kind of been cut off for a particular reason, because the way these guys eat it is not by using a fork or something to pierce it out of the shell. What they do is they make a hole here. That way you can suck it out. And that's a very interesting way, because that way not only can you get the meat out, you can also suck in the great soup as well. So let's have a shot. Yum, 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 yum. This is exactly what life is all about. Welcome back to Fine Cuisine. Now you may have noticed a change in my outfit with the different tribal prints, different colours too. What do you think this is? Well, it's because we have travelled to a different part of Hoành Bồ district. We're now in Tân Dân commune, where 92% of the people living here are Giao Thanh Phan people. So how do these guys distinguish themselves from the other Giao people? And what makes their cuisine different? Let's find out together now.
The difference between Giao Thanh and Giao Thanh Phan ethnic people is not only reflected in their costumes, traditions and manners, but also their daily cuisines. Each kind of spices, each recipe for a typical dish, all of these elements have created the unique characteristics of Giao Thanh Phan ethnic people. Thanks to the terrain where they live, Giao Thanh Phan people have used different kinds of aquatic products such as shrimp, fish and different kinds of veggies.
I also learned that the local region has a rather good reputation for having really delicious spring fish as well. And the locals here have an interesting way of catching them. So why don't we meet one of them to ask them how they do it?
When I saw a woman sitting on a leaning tree above the stream and waiting for the fish, I was scared a little bit. I took my courage to climb out to talk with Sen.
Sen ạ. Ôi giời, đi từ cửa đây khó phết mà không hiểu sao chị ngồi dễ vậy. Chị đang bắt cá gì đấy hả chị?
Mình đang bắt cá suối.
À,
Cá khe.
dạ vâng. Thế thì cái cách bắt của bọn chị ở đây như thế nào ạ?
Ở đây thì cứ mang những cái lưới này xuống xong bỏ mồi vào, xong mình thả ra một lúc là mình có cá rồi.
The netting equipment is quite special. It looks like a screen with a net below and big holes around. People often put the bait inside the net. When the fish swim through the holes, they will be stuck there. You must be patient and I'm waiting now.
Chủ yếu là những cá trạch, những cá trắng đấy, những cá đấy thường nó chỉ sống ở những cái khu vùng nước ở đây thì nó nhiều, là mình dễ bắt.
I guess it's my lucky day, so let's go. With some branches of wood, we set up a cooking fire by the spring. Sen skillfully sharpens a bamboo stick and cuts it into 3 small sticks to grill the fish. If you remember the last show in the mangrove forest, Uncle Hua also used bamboo sticks to grill fish for me. He skewered the fish into bamboo sticks. But here, Miss Sen is skillfully clamping the fish into 3 bamboo sticks to keep them from falling down when grilling. The Vietnamese's creativity here is extremely rich.
Nướng củi nó ngon hơn. Mình đừng để những con to lẫn với con bé, mình để cách ra. Như thế thì con bé nó không bị lỏng.
À, thế tức là
Nó
những
sẽ
cái
chắc hơn.
cái cỡ giống nhau thì để gần nhau hơn đúng không ạ?
Đúng rồi.
Thế cho nó
Tí
khít.
nữa mình nướng nó sẽ co lại thì con bé nó sẽ bị lỏng nó rơi ra.
As Sen said, clamping the fish requires some techniques. We don't clamp the big ones together with the small ones. We don't grip too hard either because it will be broken while grilling. We will also have to keep the fire at medium strength so that the fish is cooked evenly, not burnt.
Chắc là bây giờ sẵn sàng rồi nhỉ chị nhỉ? 9 giờ đó.
Đấy.
Ok. À. She was absolutely right. It's definitely really crunchy. Grilling it directly by fire actually adds a very fresh taste to it, really fresh crunchiness. While it's fresh, it's not raw. You can definitely not taste the rawness or the fishiness of it at all, because the meat is so deeply grilled all the way inside. Very, very nice. So all of that exercise and excitement were rather tiring and also very energy consuming. While the fish was rather delicious as well, it was not enough for this big belly of mine. I'm going to need to go and grab some more food. So, do you want to tag along?
I went to meet Chiat Tai Cao, the patriarch in Tân Dân Commune, Hoành Bồ district. Here in the house, people still preserve the traditional lifestyle of the Giao Thanh Phan. According to Giao people's traditions, all the festivals, including the maturity ritual, must be organised at the village head's house. Therefore, there are 2 altars, one for gods worshipping and one for ancestors worshipping in Cao's home. The village head and his family's members always take good care of the household items to serve important events. Like other groups in Vietnam, Giao women are always in charge of kitchen work. On my way to visit Cao's 9-hectare lim tree plantation, I met Hương, who was picking up bao vegetables. She told me that the vegetable is unique to the region.
Every locality or environment is determined by the plants inhabiting them. And these plants also determine the local dishes in these areas too. Now this is also the same case for the local people living in Tân Dân commune as well. The locals here particularly enjoy this one vegetable called dandelion. So what does it look like and what does it taste like? I'm excited to find out. Are you?
I never heard of the name of this vegetable, but it turns out to be dandelion. Local people told me that dandelion used to grow a lot in the forest and they would go there to harvest it. However, thanks to new techniques in cultivation, they now can grow these vegetables along the hill or river sides.
Rau bao này có vị đắng và ăn thì nó mát. Trước nay thì cái rau này gần như là rau chủ đạo của đồng bào dân tộc vùng Dao Thanh Phán ở đây. Cái rau này hái rất là dễ, chúng ta chọn những cái búp non khoảng 2 đến 3 lá như thế này thì mình hái về mình không phải nhặt nữa. Rau này thì mình có rất nhiều cách chế biến, ví dụ như mình có thể luộc, có thể nấu và có thể xào.
Hung said she would offer me a good meal with the vegetables. However, I still need to go digging for some zod gingers, an ingredient for another dish typical of Dao cuisine. I've never learnt about the ginger before when I was at Dao Tengyi people's village in Bangka commune. This time I personally saw the root under the soil. Zod ginger has red skin, yellow flesh and good aroma.
Ở trên đồng bào Thanh Phán thì hay nấu gừng gió bởi vì là kể cả những cái bữa ăn thường ngày hoặc là ngày lễ Tết gì thì cũng hay dùng gừng gió. Vì gừng gió nó thơm hơn, cay hơn và cái màu sắc nó cũng khác.
The ginger is cooked with chicken and rice wine in a quite similar recipe like Dao Tengyi people's. However, if Dao Tengyi people use bow wine, people here use a kind of sweet wine for their dish.
Ở đây thì gọi là rượu ngọt thì bởi vì là cái rượu ngọt thì được làm từ gạo nếp nương mà người ta không sát, người ta chỉ xay thôi, xay xong là nấu thành cơm lên rồi ủ men khoảng 3 ngày thì rượu sẽ ngọt và người ta dùng cái rượu đó để nấu.
Using the same spices including ginger, fermented rice and applying the same recipe. However, Dao Thanh Phán people's chicken dish has different flavours thanks to the sweet wine.
Cái món gà nấu rượu ngọt thì khi mà mình ăn thì chắc chắn là cái cảm giác đầu tiên là cay. Xong rồi nó sẽ có vị ngọt của rượu ngọt và gà nó sẽ rất là ngấm gia vị khi mà mình đã xào qua. Nên là ăn thì cái mùi thơm của gừng gió nó quyện với lại cái mùi rượu ngọt của gừng. Nó cảm thấy là dễ ăn và lúc mình ăn thì chắc chắn là sẽ toát mồ hôi, cảm thấy ngon và ấm cơ thể.
Hung now starts cooking the bao vegetable as she promised me earlier. She washed and rinsed vegetables before cooking, making use of the chicken giblets. Hung stir-fried it and then put the vegetables into the pan. Dandelion or bao vegetables should not be overcooked to keep its nutrient and original taste.
Rau bao thì nó có vị đắng cho nên là ăn thì nó mới đầu ăn thì nó sẽ rất là đắng, nhưng mà ăn vào thì mọi người sẽ cảm thấy là đắng nhưng mà sau rồi mình lại cảm thấy nó có cái vị hơi ngọt ngọt. Và rau bao thì ở đây thì mọi người cứ bảo là ăn rau bao cho mát nên là đồng bào ở đây là gần như là trong các bữa ăn hàng ngày thì đều sử dụng rau bao là nhiều.
Here comes a tasty meal in the cozy old house of the village patriarch, Triệu Tai Cao. We have worked hard all day and now let's begin to eat. I helped Hung pick the vegetables, so of course I wanted to check on its taste.
Right, very interesting taste. A little bit bitter as I keep chewing. But it's a kind of bitterness that you enjoy, like, you know, dark chocolate, not like the kind of bitterness that, you know, would make you not want to eat it. Because the more you chew into it, the more bitter it gets. The more I can feel the aroma of it, which is what makes this dish really, really nice. Definitely a good dish to have during summer, because it's supposed to cool you down and all that.
There was no shortage of good experiences for me when I tried the local authentic food, right inside the homes, listening to their stories and getting to know more about their culture.
So, as you have seen in this edition of Fine Cuisine, we've met some wonderful Dao people across my journey and adventure here. And one thing I've gathered is the fact that not only are these guys beautiful in their way of life, but also they're great cuisine too. Moreover, they're very hospitable, so they welcome guests from near and far. So, what are you waiting for? Your turn is up next. And now, please excuse me, as I'm going to have to enjoy these wonderful meals prepared by these wonderful ladies. Signing out.